Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, April 27th at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 708 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Fact check, Ma'Khia Bryant did not approach police officers at the scene before shooting. Former Florida deputy indicted for planting drugs during traffic stops gets 24 new charges. The not-so-unlikely place that can help your mental health. Crime against humanity, human rights experts issue damning report on police killings of Black Americans. South African cave could be oldest human home, say researchers. After 100 days out of office, Trump support softens in NBC News poll. How U.S. special operators held off Saddam's forces for days during the largest battle of the Iraq War, according to troops who were there. Suez Canal bosses deny holding the Ever Given crew to ransom, saying they're free to leave as long as there's enough to run the ship. Woman, 2 children found dead inside partially submerged car. How to cook baby back ribs in a smoker, grill or oven. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Do I need a mask outdoors? CDC says certain activities are safe for fully vaccinated people, NBC News. Billie Eilish announces new album Happier Than Ever, Pitchfork. Andrew Brown Jr. was shot in the back of his head, family says, citing autopsy, NPR. Dow Jones falls as Tesla skids on earnings, tech giants Alphabet, AMD, Microsoft set to report, Investors Business Daily. Ford takes its first step toward producing its own electric car batteries, The Verge. Eric Flowers headed back to Washington in Dolphins trade, New York Post. San Francisco 49ers draft, a look back at Jimmy Garoppolo's tenure with the Niners, Niners Nation. NYC police officer dies after being struck by drunk driver while directing traffic, police, Fox News. India breaks global record for new COVID-19 cases for 6th day in a row as more countries pledge support, The Washington Post. Chadwick Boseman's family speaks out on Oscar's loss, this was not a snub, IndieWire. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Biden administration makes it easier for tribes to reacquire lands. Amber Ruffin announces the true winner of the Oscars in grand style. Epicurious won't publish beef recipes anymore out of sustainability concerns. CDC relaxes COVID-19 mask guidelines for vaccinated Americans. Queen Elizabeth returns to work following Prince Philip's funeral. Suspects arrested in vicious assault of Asian man on New York Street. Woman in Disaster Girl meme sells it as an NFT for more than $450,000. Harry and Meghan encourage vaccine equity, can't leave anybody behind. Sean Hannity's deceptive rant about Oscars deserves its own award. Rap Pramila Jayapal touts Progressive Caucus's growing influence. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Cops find $2 million in meth, fentanyl in van. Man charged with murder and death of 4-year-old girl. Group offers advice on interacting with police. Artist uses graffiti to tell of Lakota culture. Students create domino effect with 3K cereal boxes. Former bartender turns IT pro after training. Mom balances work, special needs baby. Church, city, at odds over building plan. Auction gives Amish, Mennonite farmers another selling opportunity. State to start spraying for gypsy moors. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Lockdowns cut South Asia smog, they could fill reservoirs, too. Why aren't more moon craters named for women? Join Michelle Cottle to discuss the rise of the anti-legislator in the GOP and President Biden's first 100 days. On Majorca, a wellness retreat whose design was a family affair. Transgender and non-binary teens share their stories in new book series. Still getting your head around digital currency, so all are central bankers. Zy endorses box braids and Real Housewives. John Brennan, Joe Biden should watch the present. Biden seeks $80 billion to beef up IRS audits of high earners. Jane Austen Museum to address ties to slavery. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Vikings Patrick Peterson donates football pads to teammates' HS team in exchange for jersey number. Domino's brings back the Noi to destroy robot delivery vehicles. Live updates, NFL Draft 2021. Prince William, Kate Middleton visit local farm for first public engagement since Prince Philip's death. Biden address to Congress to continue tradition of adapting to the times. New York Times left-wing reporter Hannah Jones joins UNC's journalism school. Rare clot risk linked to Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine should be explained to younger women, CDC says. CBS anchor so confused by Becerra's insistence vaccinated people still wear masks. John Kerry likely to avoid Iran comments investigation with Republicans in minority in Congress. Biden administration launches effort to target, sanction migrant smugglers. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, April 27th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Golden State Warriors leap into NFT digital collectibles frenzy. Child tax credit, how much money can parents expect in monthly payments? Movie theaters hoping to win over customers again as businesses reopen. Baseball report, Orioles end A's win streak. Stimulus check update, will there be a fourth relief payment? CDC to reportedly relax outdoor mask guidance Tuesday. COVID-19, UCSF reports first U.S. case of male recipient developing blood clot after Johnson & Johnson vaccination. Preventing, treating virtual voice fatigue as remote work continues amid COVID-19 pandemic. Bull celebrates episode 100 with an all-new trial tonight on CBS. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ex-Civil Service Chief lashes Boris Johnson over 58,000 Downing Street flat renovation. Girlfriend of Babes in the Wood killer Russell Bishop admits she lied under oath to protect him. Singapore has taken over from New Zealand as being the best place to be during the COVID pandemic. First look inside Legoland Windsor's new multi-million-pound Mythic Land. Supermarket sales of bubbly soar by 50% in a month. Apple's night shift tool does not help you sleep, says study. Wheelchair-bound man and his wife open up about their interabled marriage. How deadly is India's COVID variant and is it really behind explosion of cases? Daredevil jumps through a tree on his scooter. Rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft are making traffic jams worse, MIT study reveals. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. How did the COVID-19 outbreak in India get so bad? Israel is committing the crime of apartheid, new report says. India breaks global record for new COVID-19 cases for sixth day in a row as more countries pledge support. Lopez Obrador's bid to alter Mexican Supreme Court seen as threat to judicial independence. Who is Alexei Navalny, the Kremlin critic who has fallen ill in a Russian penal colony? Brazil rejects Russia's Sputnik V coronavirus vaccine, citing safety concerns. A Russian spent weeks stuck on a Chinese reality TV show, begging viewers to vote him off. They finally did. The Super League crashed on takeoff. English soccer fans are taking credit. COVID-19 live updates. CDC relaxes mask guidelines. India's crisis deepens. Coronavirus has crushed India's health system. Patients are on their own. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Fully vaccinated people can go without masks outside unless in crowds, CDC advises. Live. Real Madrid v Chelsea, Champions League semi-final, live. Fewer police, more housing, how Maya Wiley wants to transform New York. Coronavirus live news, more countries tighten travel restrictions for arrivals from India. Brazil begins parliamentary inquiry into Bolsonaro's COVID response. UK officials in talks with EU over reopening travel routes. WHO blames perfect storm of factors for India COVID crisis. Justin Bieber accused of cultural appropriation over hairstyle. Jimmy Kimmel on vaccine hesitancy. What if we all just did what the health experts told us to do? Another round set for English language remake starring Leonardo DiCaprio. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. CDC says vaccinated people can ditch the mask outdoors in many cases. Small business demand lifts UPS Q1 profit, revenue up 27%. Live, ABC News Live. More than 400 businesses back LGBTQ Rights Act. Idaho lawmaker accused of rape was warned about his behavior. Court to hear appeal of Dallas officer who killed neighbor. Independent autopsy shows Andrew Brown was shot 5 times, once in head, family. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Burkina Faso ambush, European journalists killed after abduction. Ankara's ex-generals warn of civil war in France. India COVID, Delhi builds makeshift funeral pyres as deaths climb. Brexit, tensions overshadow EU vote on UK trade deal. Miami school bars vaccinated teachers from seeing students. Greek Euro MP Lagos arrested to face neo-Nazi jail term. Israel committing crimes of apartheid and persecution, HRW. Pink supermoon seen around the world. West Virginia to give young people $100 bond to get vaccine. Cyber attack hackers threaten to share U.S. police informant data. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Lawyers, pathologist says black man shot 5 times. New York synagogue attacks prompt NYPD hate crime investigation. U.S. to share its stock of AstraZeneca vaccines, CDC updates masking guidelines for fully vaccinated Americans, live COVID-19 updates. Ready for the pop, Colorado police officer joked about excessive force used in arrest of 73-year-old woman, video shows. Andrew Brown Jr. shot 5 times, once fatally in back of his head, independent autopsy commissioned by North Carolina man's family shows. These biting clamworms swarmed a harbor in Charleston, South Carolina. Independent autopsy shows Andrew Brown Jr. shot 5 times, including back of his head. California Governor Gavin Newsom to face recall vote as petition drive hit signature goal. The day in pictures. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Facebook, Google, other corporate giants flooded Newsom with or $226 million in charity donations in 2020. Big donors, bigger winners, where Newsom sent the hested payments. Human remains found near Mountain Trail in Burbank. It's never been easier to get a COVID-19 vaccine, even without an appointment. Gunman who killed 2 in LA, fled to Fullerton is dead after standoff with police, authorities say. To correct protest failures, Los Angeles Police Department says it needs more money and officers. LA Councilman takes aim at money for Valley Homeless Housing Project. Paul Flores moved to LA after Kristen Smart vanished. Other sexual assault claims followed. Behind the News show them is the ugly and true history of LA's racist housing covenants. California is primed for a severe fire season, but just how bad is anybody's guess. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, April 27, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Greek neo-Nazi lawmaker stripped of immunity by European Parliament. EU chief says Turkey chair snub happened because I am a woman. Australia suspends flights from COVID-19 hotspot India. Ethnic Karen guerrillas capture army bases. Resistance to coup grows in Myanmar. Baseless, malicious, India slams Australian newspaper for report criticizing Modi for COVID crisis. 20 retired French generals call for military rule in the country if President Macron cannot halt society's disintegration caused by Islamists, sparking political uproar ahead of elections. China set to report first population decline since 1949. 52 passengers on one flight from Delhi to Hong Kong test positive for coronavirus after landing, despite all presenting a negative test while boarding. The dead won't come back, no point debating death data, Manahirlal Qatar. Turkish far-right deputy threatens Armenian MP Palin with another genocide. Israel uses apartheid to subjugate Palestinians, Human Rights Watch report. India recorded a new global high for daily coronavirus cases for a 5th straight day. Germany restitutes medieval paintings stolen by Nazis to rightful heirs. 52 passengers on India flight to Hong Kong test positive to COVID. Germany, France back 21% global minimum corporate tax proposal, ministers. The next headlines are from Forbes. Big year for Billie Eilish, July 2021 album announced, happier than ever. World opinion of US shoots up after Biden takes office, poll finds. Washington football team reportedly bringing back guard Eric Flowers from Miami Dolphins. Together director Nicole Beckwith on her non-traditional love story. The bootlegger par 3 course at North and Michigan's Forest Dunes has mafia ties, in name only. Empty offices to homes, London, like New York City, plans converting workspaces after COVID exodus. Pfizer CEO says antiviral pill to treat COVID could be ready by end of the year. Wake Forest's Carlos Basham Jr. would give the Green Bay Packers defensive line a lift. I've completely changed my mind about Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. Fully vaccinated Americans no longer need to wear masks outside except in crowded settings, CDC says. The next headlines are from Nature.com. China's wildlife protection, at annual reviews and oversight. We are being ignored, Brazil's researchers blame anti-science government for devastating COVID surge. COVID research updates, how to predict a vaccine success without a large trial. COVID vaccines, time to confront anti-vax aggression. These cellular clocks help explain why elephants are bigger than mice. Pakistan, anger mounts over threat to higher education. Peru scandal, gaps in oversight of COVID vaccine trial. Meat lovers worldwide pay climate little heed. Small molecule inhibition of METTL3 as a strategy against myeloid leukemia. Structures of mammalian RNA polymerase II pre-initiation complexes. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,701,457,165 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Theft of fire to take back Palestine's cultural heritage exclusive. Reese Witherspoon launches Layup Fellowship for Unrepresented Women Writers. La Belle Époque Helmer Nicholas Bedos teams with Path, films do Kiosk on Masquerade. Timothée Chalamet's Harry Styles costume from SNL up for sale in Actors Fund auction. Rupert Murdoch's News Corp backs out of Fox-style UK news channel. Paula Salvatore, long the face of Capitol Studios, named to new VP role at UMG. Ellen's first NFT sale raises $30,955 for charity. Flintstones sequel series in the works at Fox from Warner Brothers. Animation, Elizabeth Banks to voice Pebbles. The Oscars weren't good, but they channeled a movie industry in transition. NBCU hires Hulu and TiVo Alan Jim Denny as Peacock's first chief product officer. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. CDC, if you're vaccinated, you don't need to mask outdoors, unless you're in a crowd. Israel accused of apartheid crimes by Human Rights Watch. Andrew Brown Jr. was shot in the back of his head, family says, citing autopsy. Fox News again urges NY court to dismiss Smartmatic's $2.70 bill in lawsuit. West Virginia will pay young people $100 to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Did emergency PPP loans work? Nearly $800 billion later, we still don't know. Oil spill reported off China coast after tanker, bulk carrier collide. As opioid deaths surge, Biden team moves to make buprenorphine treatment mainstream. China says it has ended poverty. Is that true? Comic, place of peace and security, bringing the library home during the pandemic. The following headlines are from The Week. CDC says fully vaccinated people generally don't need to wear masks outdoors. Liz Cheney's relationship with GOP leadership may be at a breaking point. What Lyft's latest deal means for the future of ride-sharing. The week's best parenting advice, April 27, 2021. Netflix denies rumors that nobody wants to play Prince Andrew on The Crown. HHS Secretary, you get to return to a more normal lifestyle if vaccinated. America has become significantly more popular among allies since Biden's inauguration, poll finds. Glenn Close's debut moment at the Oscars was both planned and completely spontaneous. Biden to raise minimum wage to $15 an hour for federal contractors. The Daily Business Briefing, April 27, 2021. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Leaving isn't the hardest thing toward dark places that are hard to call home. Mayoral candidate Lily Bea wants to make Plano great again. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, April 27th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. See two black holes in cosmic dance. Lyrid meteor and Milky Way over Sedona. Expect flooding from this week's supermoon, but no lunar cycle masks effects of sea level rise. You can help map the emerging cicadas. Check out this week's asteroid impact exercise. The next news is from Politico. European Union concedes coronavirus travel rules could crumble. Biden's first 100 days. EU set to let vaccinated U.S. travelers visit over summer, Commission President says. Chipmaker CEO says Washington's anti-China tech blockade is a bad idea. Biden CFPB pick urged to fix racist policies at agency. CDC, vaccinated Americans can go maskless outdoors in many situations. DHS launches enforcement operation targeting smugglers. HHS Secretary, a lot of folks would listen if Trump made vaccine PSA. The arcane legislative maneuver sucking up all the oxygen in D.C. Democrat surprising two-man team to hold the Senate. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Egyptian archaeologists unearth 110 ancient tombs in Nile Delta. Prince Harry and Meghan to lead Vax Live COVID-19 fundraising concert. Wimbledon plans on minimum 25% spectator capacity. AOC expects 100 COVID-positive athletes in villages vaccine deal revealed. Given PM's inaction, devil must be in the details. Parents should accentuate the positives in the young digital world. Shorten calls on government to scrap proposed NDIS changes. Power prices fall as mild summer, renewables reduce generation costs. Fears for school students left to their own devices. Superannuation performance tests revamped after funds warn infrastructure investments at risk. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Margin, disaster girl makes over $430,000 selling the NFT of her meme. The #1 emerging property market in America isn't in Texas or Florida, you may never even have heard of it. Economic report, home prices surged 12% in February, the biggest jump since 2006, a $35,000 gain for median-priced homes. Coronavirus update, India's COVID surge is beyond heartbreaking, says WHO Director General, as first relief supplies arrive. Unionized workers are less unhappy than non-union workers, how fear plays a big role. Outside the box, older people are targeted by scammers, even their own family members, how to protect them. Citi has updated its bear market checklist, here's where we are now. The moneyest, is my boyfriend of 13 years entitled to half my house, I bought it 12 years ago, and he never helped with the bills. The moneyest, my sister inherited the family home, but not the contents, she set up a garage sale, and key items were missing, should I pursue legal action? Apple to face landmark antitrust charges over Spotify complaint this week, according to reports. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. COVID-19 is out of control in India, where most vaccines are made. How did that happen? PBS NewsHour. UAE government recognizes Al-Qaeda.net, security document world. The Great Wall Street Genome Gold Rush, Forbes. Lynchale LP continues commitment to entrepreneurs and local startups with UC Riverside student, iNews. Commission, industry dubious about IP rights waiver for COVID-19 vaccines, Euractiv. Blog, Ian McClure to lead expanded research innovation and entrepreneurship effort, UK Now. Apple has won their second Face ID patent this month, and this time it covers its hybrid mode of Illumina tie-in system, patently Apple. Understanding the differences between the trilateral patent offices and determining inventive step, Lexology. Being aware of how inventive step is determined in Japan, Part 2, Lexology. 5 rules for a successful supplementary protection certificate application, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. India's COVID-19 vaccination strategy is a mess of its own making. Bloody bastards, India's elite elites have a history of deep-rooted casteism. U.S. vaccine donation, big earnings week, dolphin BFFs. The world's largest democracy won't stop its various elections, even if lives are at stake. The second wave of COVID-19 could mean economic déjà vu for struggling Indian households. Inside a COVID-19 war room in Mumbai, school teachers fight what feels like an interminable war. The Oscars failed its one job, to make viewers interested in the movies. Ray Dalio's new personality test gave me and my co-workers a shared identity crisis. India exported millions of vaccine doses during its own COVID emergency. Even the Oscars are sick of Zoom. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. James O'Keefe sues Twitter for defamation, for shutting down his account. UK child welfare agencies anti-encryption research ignored everything it didn't want to hear. Ocean Spray seeks declaratory relief after soda company threatens it with confused trademark C&D. Louisiana drug warriors bungle surveillance so badly their target catches them placing a tracking device on her car. Patent troll Sable networks apparently need to learn a lesson. Cloudflare wants to destroy another troll. Florida governor signs law that punishes protesters for protesting, denies them bail. How do you debate Section 230 when one side constantly lies about it? Daily Deal, Vankyo Matrix Pad Z10. 5,000 T-Mobile employees lost their jobs post-merger while ex-CEO John Legere saw a $137 million golden parachute. Signal founder cracks Celebrite phone hacking device, finds it full of vulns. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Tucker Carlson. Gino Hayes. Kevin Love. Shohei Ohtani. Gavin Newsom. Evan Peters. John Kerry. Rick Santorum. Rose McGowan. Viola Davis. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Ex-Clinton strategist says wokeness is a problem for Democrats, who are too afraid to criticize because they'll be cancelled. Deep sadness, 19-year Jordanian who collapsed during fight at Youth World Boxing Championships dies in hospital from brain injury. Czech senator's Mole lawsuit accusing President Miloš Zeman of high treason, after he cast doubt on Russian role in 2014 ammo blast. Iran nuclear deal talks participants have decided to expedite the process of full return to 2015 agreement, Russian envoy says. Fighting erupts in eastern Myanmar as Karen rebels attack military base near Thai border, videos. Champions League, Real Madrid and Chelsea, two lock horns in competition, both European giants plotted to leave. Checkmates, Russian Ian Nepomniachtchi to take on Magnus Carlsen as chess bad boys and training partners face world title clash. Russian anti-monopoly agency hits Apple with $12 fine for anti-competitive policy as Silicon Valley firm insists it will appeal. U.S. backs Minsk agreements to end bloody conflict in Donbass, contradicting Ukrainian calls for changes to terms of 2014 peace deal. Biden wore a mask during virtual climate summit to send a message to the world, White House says. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Peter Schiff, the Federal Reserve is basically just a big PR firm. Market pleasantly surprised by unexpectedly solid 7Y auction. Selling frenzy among Buffett clients accelerates, but buyback source ending market to record high. New Maricopa County judge assigned to oversee 2020 election audit case. Shocking video shows body falling out of Indian ambulance as COVID crisis worsens. Health experts encourage permanent mask mandates as CDC lifts outdoor restrictions. Navy releases video of Iran's IRGC harassing U.S. Coast Guard patrols. Tucker Carlson says people who wear masks outside should be mocked. Tesla CEO Elon Musk qualifies for yet another $11 billion in stock options. Rabo, the Fed wants everyone putting all their money into stocks. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Russia holds naval drills as U.S. vessel heads to Black Sea. Hong Kong visas could be the making of post-Brexit Britain. Somalia president to address nation as PM rejects term extension. Tesla stock tumbles despite record profits, Bitcoin boost. Turkey's banks reluctant to finance Erdogan's canal, report. U.S. eases prescription requirements for opioid treatment. I felt hurt, EU's von der Leyen blames sexism for Sofagate. Bayern Munich appoints Leipzig coach Nagelsmann to replace Flick. 2 Spanish journalists killed in Burkina Faso attack, Spain PM. May God help us, Turkey's lockdown compounds financial pain. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Roku warns customers may lose service due to Google's predatory power. Web porn kingpin's Canadian mansion goes up in flames. Sex bomb, grenade discovered in German forest is a sex toy, say police. Exclusive, Chief of Border Patrol bucks Biden, will say alien until law changes. Democrat Governor Tom Wolf will veto bill to keep trans athletes out of girls' sports. Kamala Harris, violence against LGBTQ people and Afro-descendants a root cause of migration crisis. Share, sometimes I'm so disappointed in America. Republicans demand investigation, resignation of John Kerry for allegedly leaking secrets to Iran. Nolte, Biden's brazenly betrayed every rationale for his presidency. Montana Governor Greg Gianforte signs 3 pro-life bills, life is precious. The next headlines are from UPI News. Transparent bottom pool to open between London high-rises. Venezuelan athlete awarded Guinness record for 50-foot triple jump. Watch, mother dog, puppies rescued from Texas storm drain. Woman wins $125,000 lottery prize while pumping gas. Beavers chew through cable, knock out internet service to 900 customers. Students riding bus discover they came from same orphanage in China. Watch, Gronkowski catches football dropped from helicopter for world record. Watch, Florida deputy ejects trespassing alligator from backyard pool. Watch, hundreds of people named Josh battle with pool noodles in Nebraska. Watch, man balances garden hoe on his nose for 1 hour, 41 minutes. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Cooking hacks for your next time in the kitchen. 7 odd facts about Finland. 5 scary facts about cyber attacks. How casinos have evolved over time. 4 signs you could be psychic. Is SEO still relevant for businesses this year? How to market your products for Amazon. How artificial intelligence is changing the gaming business. Why businesses should never ignore social media, especially Instagram. Reasons rebranding fails, and what we can learn from them. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Lost and desperate hiker saved by man's very weird GPS hobby. How to germinate your seeds using an instant pot, watch. Couple spends nearly $100K turning school bus into dream home, now they're raffling it off. 230,000 acres of tropical rainforest protected as biodiversity hotspot for jaguars in Belize. Family builds giant dinosaur from takeout containers during hotel quarantine, naming it Bagasaurus. Irish farmer stumbles onto untouched ancient tomb of stone near Dingle. Chernobyl guards have befriended abandoned dogs, feeding them and bringing medical care. Monkeys unite and form unlikely alliances after Hurricane Maria ravaged their island. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, April 27th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Meet Rishi Vandit, the 11-year-old Jersey City whiz kid who offers free financial advice to thousands online. Swimming pool crashes into car park in Brazil, video. Police arrest Arizona man after finding a severed finger. 2 die when man jumps off building, lands on woman walking near Petco Park. German police say grenade-shaped item in forest was sex toy. NJ wrestling coach, another teacher jailed on charges they made threat for tenure vote. Woman kills man and his dog in hit and run while fleeing from another hit and run only moments before. Chaos erupts immediately after Northeast Kentucky gets its first roundabout. Roblox politics role player fakes journalist credentials to sneak into White House press corps. Student Snapchat profanity leads to High Court speech case. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Lotus $2.80 supercar is getting super accurate navigation to help rich people find their way. Spotify's taking on Apple's podcast subscription platform with lower creator fees. Learn to code for iOS and Android with this $36 bootcamp. How to use Telegram's voice chat feature for live audio chat rooms. Space rivalry between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk heats up over lunar lander contract. Want to trap antimatter? Blast it with lasers. VCs, here's what you need to know about Egypt's startup scene. Encoding data on plastic molecules could lead to breakthroughs in storage technology. Vivo slaps a 44-megapixel front camera with OIS on its V21 phone. All in on virtual experiences, you're signing your brand's death warrant. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Few young adult men have gotten the HPV vaccine. New 2D superconductor forms at higher temperatures. Anesthesia doesn't simply turn off the brain, it changes its rhythms. Marine biodiversity, enormous variety of animal life in the deep sea revealed. New chemical tool that sheds light on how proteins recognize and interact with each other. Researchers show new holistic approach to genetics and plant breeding. Astronomers detect hydroxyl molecule signature in an exoplanet atmosphere. Nature provides inspiration for breakthrough in self-regulating materials. Breastfeeding linked to higher neurocognitive testing scores in offspring. Mangrove genetic diversity in Africa. The next headlines are from Information Week. What some customers and employees hate about chatbots. IT meets finance, how CFOs drive digital success. CIO role expands into company culture, customer experience. What you might not realize about your multi-cloud model. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, April 27th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA updates live coverage of agency SpaceX Crew 1 return to Earth. NASA, NSF join forces to bolster student diversity in engineering. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Here are 2021's top 10 high schools in Utah. CDC says many Americans can now go outside without a mask. Dog runs on track during high school meet, beats runner to finish line. Cedar City man dies in fall near Zion National Park. The Salt Lake Tribune adds reporter to cover the west side of the Salt Lake Valley. Bear Lake's sterile lake trout are headed to other Idaho lakes. Cottonwood Heights neighbors ask LDS Church to preserve small park instead of selling it for development. Jason Keith, as Utah faces extreme drought, it's time for common sense climate solutions. The rundown: Utah's population grows like gangbusters. Letter: a conventional conservative approach to carbon emissions. The next headlines are from Tech News for Nerds. CDC says vaccinated Americans don't need a mask outdoors in small groups. JavaScript developers left in the dark after Droid script software shut down by Google over ad fraud allegations. FCC greenlights SpaceX satellite plans. Court chides FBI, but reapproves warrantless surveillance program. Apple's M2 chip goes into mass production for Mac. EU to charge Apple with anti-competitive behavior this week. Tesla loses a lot of money selling cars, but makes it all back on credits and Bitcoin. Spotify's raising prices for lots of its plans. Bezos' Blue Origin protests NASA awarding astronaut lunar lander contract to Musk's SpaceX. Pentagon explains odd transfer of 175 million IP addresses to obscure company. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Murder trial for a Missouri man living a double life underway. Fulton, Missouri police investigate possible kidnapping. St. Louis Cardinals featured on Budweiser rally Bud's bottles. She was not afraid to be ambitious, remembering slaying Casey journalist. Andrew Brown Jr. killed by bullet to back of the head from law enforcement, independent autopsy found, FBI launching investigation. Live, Biden delivers remarks on the state of the pandemic. Fox 2's lakeside renovation and design weather deck is now open. St. Louis County executive and council member go back and forth on conflicts of interest. Thoroughbred horse races return to Collinsville today. Missouri House Committee unanimously endorses raising state's gas tax. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. New vaccine site opens at USD. Will I have worse COVID-19 vaccine symptoms if I already had the virus? Local wheelchair skater joins Dew Tour. Fire breaks out at abandoned Barrio Logan warehouse. Imperial Beach mayor praises pandemic response, says sewage crisis needs to stop. Loved ones remember woman killed by falling man in East Village. Sweetwater School District names new superintendent. Scientists, up to 25,000 barrels at DDT dump site in Pacific. Where in the state is the recall Newsom effort strongest? The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Putin draws a red line on Ukraine, and he means it. Perspective: tap on this new iPhone pop-up to protect your privacy. Putin was warned over Ukraine, says MI6 boss. iOS 14.5 arrives. Here are the big new features for your iPhone. Police spy issued nasty threat to woman's family, inquiry told. Mass abuses hidden cameras record hundreds of naked clients at a Costa Blanca beauty salon in Spain, Olive Press News Spain. Go another round with these films featuring dudes, being dancers. 2022 Maserati Grecale spy photos show new SUV behind Stellantis gates. MI6 screen spying on China and other nations. Alaska's secret Cold War export, shellfish toxin for the Central Intelligence Agency, Alaska Public Media. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. KMW, WFEL announces new further subcontract for British Boxer program. Iranian fast attack craft dangerously approached U.S. Coast Guard patrol boats. Top U.S. Navy chief visits MQ-25 aerial refueling drone production line. Lockheed Martin to provide Taiwanese Air Force with improved AGM-88 missiles. Pentagon achieves $3 billion air-to-air missile sales milestone. U.S. Air Force B-52 bombers support withdraw troops from Afghanistan. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Li Ning, China's Prince of Gymnastics turned sportswear titan. Historic Oscars win for clothes. AO's Nomadland met with stifled cheers and media blackout in China. NFTs in the PRC, crypto art craze comes to China. Zhang Weili loses UFC title after first round knockout. Beijing slaps private tutoring companies with $80,000 maximum penalty. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Scott Peterson appears in court. Bay Area middle school teacher charged with molesting 2 students. Moving to the Bay Area or leaving? Here's where people are relocating. CDC, more than 5 million have skipped second dose of coronavirus vaccine. Some East Bay residents may have to prepare for stage 1 drought. CEO fired after publicly ridiculing Tennessee teen over his prom dress. Santa Clara County offers dropping COVID-19 vaccines for limited time. DoorDash delivery costs may rise for customers. Police chase ends in crash, killing 2 in San Jose. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. COVID-19 update, 81,152 more vaccinations, 2,556 new cases, 23 more deaths. In fight against virus, Biden looks for path back to normal. Cooling the temperature, Biden faces fractious Congress. Quarterback competitions abound in SEC exiting spring. AP sources, Dolphins agree to trade Flowers to Washington. Pathologist, black man killed by deputies was shot 5 times. Stock indexes edge lower, pulling S&P 500 below record high. Drive-through Dino Safari comes to Fox Valley Mall in Aurora. Bears draft, what to know about Virginia technicians Christian Darrisaw. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington's gray wolf population grew in 2020, but species is not out of the woods yet. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands region April 27, 2021, 16:33 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Papua New Guinea April 27, 2021, 11:04 UTC, about 1,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.1 m, depth 10 km, in Papua New Guinea April 27, 2021, 8:05 UTC, about 3,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in near end coast of New Guinea, PNG April 27, 2021, 2:12 UTC, about 3,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, April 27th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Dana Point couple's love of pancakes turns into a successful line of healthy pancake and waffle mixes. Andrew Brown Jr. shot 5 times, fatal blow entered back of his head, independent autopsy shows. Humidity goes up ahead of our next rainmaker. These mats for the homeless are made from recycled grocery bags. CDC issues new outdoor face mask guidance for fully vaccinated people. Get vaccinated, get $100. State tries to sell younger people on getting COVID-19 shots. %4 Deputy Constables search for suspect in Humble road rage shooting that left victim critically injured. A Texas twist on traditional kolaches. Fetal deaths from congenital syphilis in Harris Company up 250%, Houston Health Department data shows. Disney's Ultimate Princess celebration features Brandy, Kelly Marie Tran and more. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Ford plans to develop and produce electric vehicle batteries. WVU's Derek Culver signs with agent, will enter NBA draft. Seton Hall's Mamikalashvili voted NYC area's top player. 2 Spanish reporters, Irish activist killed in Burkina Faso. Florida school superintendent says he will be vindicated. Ex-cop convicted of murder in daughter's boyfriend's death. Powerful Iowa companies got state testing help, records show. Polish activist acquitted of charges of assaulting police. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. CDC loosens mask guidance for vaccinated people. Seeking to seize momentum, Stringer rolls out first TV ad. Harlem's Black Woodstock comes to life in trailer for Questlove's documentary Summer of Soul. Sneak peek at Matthew's Scratch Bread Tilden's fantastic new Williamsburg bakery. Early edition, New Yorkers are very excited about all these tulips. Police arrest suspect in East Harlem attack that put Asian man in coma. NYPD officer killed by alleged drunk driver in Queens. Eric Adams wants to bring back the NYPD's most controversial unit. Jail captain charged with criminally negligent homicide after allegedly standing by his detainee hanged himself. Extra, Zoom launches immersive view feature to bring everyone together. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. The complex energy transition of Chile's quote sacrifice honest quote. Sacred words. UN chief realistic at start a fresh bid to resolve Cyprus stalemate. Transparency offers pathway to a more sustainable Earth. Q&A, drawing attention to the crisis in the DRC's education sector. Struggle for the future of food. Nepal, new appointments undermine independence of rights oversight body, UN experts warn. Despite pandemic, UN mission in Abyei continues to provide vital assistance. From the field, diversity of indigenous peoples highlighted in UN photo exhibit. Dr. Congo, relentless violence worsening plight of children in Ituri province. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Florida furious over release of genetically modified mosquitoes. Sticker shock at the grocery store imminent as ag futures surge most in 8 years. Shadowy DARPA-linked company took over chunk of Pentagon's Internet in Inauguration Day mystery. FBI releases documents on probe into death of DNC staffer Seth Rich. Make no mistake, programmable digital currencies are weaponizable. Israel examines heart inflammation cases after Pfizer shot. Supreme Court takes up major case over right to carry guns outside the home. Proof that Twitter's censorship of big pharma critics is a global phenomenon. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Why is Epicurious ditching beef? Did Rupert Murdoch say Fox News only cares about ratings, not facts? Lawyers, pathologist says Andrew Brown Jr., shot 5 times by deputies. Did Centner Academy in Florida bar vaccinated teachers? Biden to sign $15 minimum wage for federal contract workers. Cop accused of hurting woman's arm, ready for the pop. U.S. marks slowest population growth since the Depression. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. See check and our commitment to transparency. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. NY Post pulls down debunked claim that Kamala Harris book was given to my grandkids. Andrew Brown Jr., shot 5 times, including kill shot to back of head, independent autopsy. Miss Provence, this book will help, or hurt. Thai princess shuts down Koh Samui beach for private vacation as COVID surges. Deadly India COVID-19 outbreak hits U.S. diplomatic mission, killing 2. Meet one of the first barbecue kings, Henry Papa Miller. This travel site can recommend a new hotel in Miami, its own. My first encounter with one of Italy's greatest grapes. Has Wall Street completely lost its mind? Director Paul Feig on the F-worded up burden of Bridesmaids, 10 years later. The next headlines are from the New York Post. New fee structure at DoorDash could cost customers more. How to watch UEFA Champions League in the U.S. What time is Cruel Summer on Freeform and Hulu? Suspect in anti-Asian attack claims victim robbed, mazed him. Anti-vaxxer Ted Nugent, satanic haters trolled metering COVID battle. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Warp drives, physicists investigate faster than light space travel. Ask Astro I, what is the shape of the Milky Way's dark matter? Reliving the 2020 total solar eclipse. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Growing U.S. kelp farming industry boosts economies, captures carbon. U.S. aims to share millions of AstraZeneca vaccine doses after review. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin protests SpaceX moon lander contract. Saturday splashdown planned for Crew Dragon astronauts. U.S. COVID vaccine demand slips as concerns mount over vaccine hesitancy. U.S. faces vaccine hesitancy as millions skipping second dose. U.S. pledges vaccine help while record COVID surge grips India. COVID outbreak hits Pennsylvania school as kids fuel new cases. Climate tipping points may have been reached already, experts say. More Americans getting COVID-19 vaccine, but hesitancies remain. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Woman killed in shooting outside Delaware Middle School. Former NFL linebacker Geno Hayes dead at 33 from liver disease. Watch live, President Biden announces new CDC mask guidance. NYC mayoral candidate Scott Stringer launches $1 MTV ad campaign. Miami private school won't hire teachers, staff who have been vaccinated against COVID. Tucker Carlson urges viewers to accost mask-wearing strangers, call 911 if they see kids in masks, prompting new calls for his firing. Washington, D.C., police department victim of apparent ransomware attack. President Biden gives first speech before Congress Wednesday. Who scored a coveted ticket? Andrew Brown Jr. shot 5 times by INC deputies, died from kill shot to the back of the head, lawyer says. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, President Biden added to Vax Live concert special. The following headlines are from military.com. Latest Bollinger-built Coast Guard cutter is headed for Middle East. Lawmakers want to expand care for vets sickened by toxic exposure. How much can they get done? Army fields first new air defense strikers in Europe. Homeland Security launches review of extremism within agency. Islamic State degraded in Afghanistan but still poses threat. U.S. spy satellite launches into space from California's Vandenberg AFB. Cryptic Spec Ops tweet was accidental search term, not a hack as originally claimed. Census, Texas gains seats in Congress while California loses for first time. Pentagon tracking 14 cases of heart inflammation in troops after COVID-19 shots. Marine Corps rotation to Australia continues amid COVID concerns. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Return of piping plovers. Multi and Rose makes a great comeback in conservation story, but I got to tell you, it's a love story. 40,000 homicides, retracing 63 years of murder in Chicago. Powerful companies, some owned by major donors to Iowa governor, got COVID-19 strike team testing help from state. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 81,152 vaccine doses, 2,556 new COVID-19 cases and 23 deaths reported Tuesday. Lakeview man arrested with almost 3 kilos of cocaine and handgun, officials say. Column, Mia Neal's Oscar speech mentioned Northwestern barring black students from campus housing, the story behind the YMCA that welcomed them. Teens critically injured in South Chicago drive-by shooting, both expected to survive, according to police. Watch Live, Dr. Allison Arwady, Chicago health officials give a COVID-19 update. Teen shot to death Monday in Little Village is identified. SWAT called, police officer fires weapon during short Gresham standoff. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Rare blue whale washes up on Namibia beach. Bird flu detected in Mali. Egypt archaeologists unearth 110 ancient tombs in Nile Delta. Improved catalyst may translate to petrochemical production gains. Incentives could turn costs of biofuel mandates into environmental benefits. New duck-billed dinosaur discovered in Japan. Scientists design nanotraps to catch, clear coronavirus. Dominating fungus could be solution to producing more biofuels and chemicals. Researchers say cultivated seaweed can soak up excess nutrients plaguing human health and marine life. Researchers design simulator to help stop the spread of fake news. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, April 27th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Wisconsin defense's mission, produce more turnovers, sacks. New this week, without remorse and the Mosquito Coast. Ex-White House advisor charged in $200K theft from schools. Educator threw beer at filmers of wife's transphobic rant. Private Florida school won't employ vaccinated teachers. Judge gives Corps second chance to offer oil pipeline opinion. Essential quality is 2-1 favorite for the Kentucky Derby. Boeing pays Pentagon $10.7 million to settle double billing case. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Prep Roundup, long layoff almost leads to basketball upset, Sarah baseball, Lee softball take first losses. Starbucks employees ultimatum, we won't work if there are police present. New music, 5 cool albums music fans should hear in May. Vampire Diaries co-stars Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley are making bourbon now. Police arrest man for slashing neighbor's tires after finding a severed finger on the scene. Former San Jose Middle School teacher, coach charged with sex assault of 2 students. Outside Land 2021 announces single-day lineups, ticket information. New CDC mask guidance, vaccinated people don't need face coverings in most outdoor settings. Girl injured in Concord highway shooting. Spider mites and whiteflies wreak havoc on tomatoes, here's how to prevent them. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 3 West Virginia men sentenced in 2016 slayings of man, woman. Arizona reports 682 new confirmed COVID-19 cases, 8 deaths. Connecticut school apologizes for alleged racism. Brussels bracing for illegal festival amid fears of violence. Maryland woman charged after mother dies following shooting. Judge hears arguments over virus tests for school athletes. Indiana governor sues legislature over emergency powers. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Congress looks to judicial overrides to strengthen consumer protections. Contributions to swing district Democrats by AOC add obstacle for challengers. The fight to clean up the EPA. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. International research team discovers new two-dimensional material. Linguists predict unknown words using language comparison. Life in a wheat belt oasis. SARS-CoV-2 curtails immune response in the gut. Exercise reduces risk of airway disease. Salk scientists reveal how brain cells in Alzheimer's go awry, lose their identity. Polymer-based coatings on metallic implants improve bone implant integration. Research shows consuming prebiotic supplements once a day has a positive impact on anxiety levels. University of Chicago scientists design nanotraps to catch, clear coronavirus. Antiviral response, eosinophils active in immediate defense during influenza infection. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Get with the modern world, conservatives, infrastructure is more than roads and bridges. Bib Gourmand honors from Michelin Guide awarded to 58 Chicago restaurants. Pathologist says black man in North Carolina shot 5 times by deputies, lawyer. Man charged after stray bullet strikes Chicago police car in West Englewood. Red Stars set to welcome fans back to SeatGeek Stadium at home opener May 22. Closed by COVID-19, hotel overlooking Riverwalk sends message of hope through window designs. 2020 grads from Illinois universities will get a chance to walk across the stage in cap and gown after all. Hive updates. U.S. farmers finally see better outlook after 2 odd years. An unexpected bonus for the shorter man. No big backlash for states passing anti-transgender laws. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Console woes could mean a growing gaming wealth gap. Ted Brown's departure from Rockets typifies massive Houston sports turnover. Waiting for the rodeo, Whitney Rose can finally bring her last album to life. Some Houston sign maker is really mad at President Biden. Mayor of Easttown starring Kate Winslet is a murder mystery that rises above the formulaic. These Houston bars and restaurants are celebrating Cinco de Mayo 2021 with margs, tacos and more. Houston Health Department offers walk-up COVID-19 vaccines as pace of local shot slows. This could be a very complicated season for the Astros. Laptops and hotspots to the rescue, but how is HISD going to afford to keep this going? Heroes return, hero the hero comes home. The next headlines are about world records making news. WA rules prevent Beth Potter's 5K world record from being ratified, Canadian Running Magazine. How did Christoph Milek break the world record in men's 200 flee, data analyze, swim-swam? A 24-hour world record attempt falters, but is still a win, cycling tips. 2021 Kern US Open recap. No world record was safe in San Diego, bar bend. Intel's Q1 laptop shipments set world record as PC demand boomed. Extreme Tech. New DDR4 overclocking world record set at 7,200 MHz. Geeky Gadgets. Cyclist sets off from Northeast in Guinness World Record bid, 3 months after car crash. Aberdeen Evening Express. How you can break Guinness World Record at Wicksteed Park, and raise cash for mental health charity. Northamptonshire Telegraph. Watch, Rob Gronkowski sets Guinness World Record with 625-foot catch, boss hunting. Chris Gayle creates new world record in T20 cricket, overtakes ex-CSK batsman Dwayne Smith. Republic TV. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Fully vaccinated people can't ditch masks outdoors, except in crowds, CDC says. America, the motion picture adds badly needed RoboCop centaur to the Revolutionary War. How pro-planet pioneers could end the culture war over meat. Teen Titans Go and DC superhero girls are taking a space vacation together. Musk-Bezos feud intensifies, Blue Origin protests NASA choice of SpaceX lunar lander. The Magic GIF ball will help you make important life decisions based on random memes. Yasuk's new trailer features magic, mechas, and Ming-Na Wen. Samsung's next foldable phones could be here soon, new leaks suggest. How climate policy can combat extreme poverty. Mystery Science Theater 3000's Joel Hodgson on Season 13, The Gizmoplex, and leaving the show in good hands. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Pigs Peak in Swaziland at 121.46 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 89.14 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 67.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. CentOS replacement distro Alma Linux gets commercial support options. Amazon's 11th Gen Fire HD 10 tablet starts at $149.99. Tesla posts another record quarterly profit, and Wall Street shrugs. Cable chewing beavers take out town's internet in uniquely Canadian outage. Ford is setting up a new EV battery center in southeast Michigan. EU to charge Apple with anti-competitive behavior this week. Archaeologists found the site of Harriet Tubman's family home. A freshly flush Lotus cars readies for new vehicle architectures. Actively exploited Mac 0-day neutered Core OS security defenses. Legislation would mandate driver monitoring tech in every car. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump uncorks bizarre statement gloating over Oscars ratings, don't be so PC, and bring back a great host. I know about you and Lindsay. Linwood confronts SC GOP chairman with baseless Lindsey Graham rumor. Unsealed affidavit reveals new details about Capitol rioter on FBI's most wanted list. Prince Harry, Meghan and Biden's to appear at vaccine benefit concert. Watch, woman hurled the N-word at Daunte Wright protesters, now her husband is under investigation. Michigan mom scares off racist intruders with gunshots in late-night home invasion. New York Post quietly deletes bogus stories claiming Kamala Harris's book was being given to migrant kids. FBI opens federal civil rights investigation into fatal police shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. Trump planning to move away from Florida for several months. Watch, Vice Principal chucks beer at restaurant patrons who were disgusted with his wife's transphobic rant. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Full vaccinated people can stop wearing masks outdoors, unless in crowded spaces. Lewandowski-linked lobby shop is the latest Trump-aligned firm to fall. In sworn testimony in inauguration scandal case, Donald Trump Jr. made apparently false statements. Current vaccination levels not enough to keep infections from surging. What 26,000 snakes can teach us about climate change? Can co-ops save restaurants? Here are the winners and losers of the 2020 census. Vaccine materials and supplies are finally heading to hard-hit India. Child Protective Services investigates half of all black children in California. This is our last best chance to deal with the global climate crisis. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Jill Tarter elected to American Academy of Arts and Sciences, SETI Institute. The mysterious history of cattle mutilation, history. Mars has right ingredients for present-day microbial life, Lab Manager magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Montana prohibits abortions after 20 weeks based on science of fetal pain, National Review. Aptinics to participate in upcoming conferences. Business Daily News, Galveston County Daily News. Efficacy of TDCS on migraine, a review and meta-analysis. JPR, Dove Medical Press. Neuromorphic Computing Market Outlook and Opportunities in Grooming Regions, edition 2021 to 2026. Leading players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, April 27, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The military takes UFOs seriously. Why not Silicon Valley or academia? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, April 27, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.